Fundamentally, the stock is better now than it's ever been and valued at easily, justifiably over $10 a share. Obviously, Kate, I know, the share outstanding is high, the fundamentals are bad, right? No, they're not. Look at the channel. The revenue projections are insanity. Kate, 200% year-over-year revenue growth for this quarter if we were to match the expectations per chart mill right now. So I'm not going to give you that rant, though. Number 2, short interest, and these are reasons why we may be due for a bounce this week. Number 2, short interest has only nearly doubled since 4:30, right? It's nearly doubled, and we're going to go over the data and the settlement date on May 28th, where the short interest is only like 38 million. And according to Ortex data from our friend on the Discord that sends us updates every freaking day, thank you to Bat from the Legend, it's increased by like 10 million shares. Okay, it's insanity. It's ludicrous and it's absurd. It's egregious. Okay, that's what it is. And third reason, from a technical standpoint, you're not looking bad. I mean, you're really not looking bad whatsoever. And if the markets do us any favors next week, this could be the week that the shorts start to burn and pay for their artificial suppression of the price action through FTD increases, supply increases, creation of synthetic shares, artificially keeping the price lower than what it should be. I believe that's what's going on. And the naked shorting and the short ladder attacks and the dart pool shit. That is also, by the way, there's like 50% dart pool volume for Bionano in total. 50% of the volume is dart pools. So with that being said, let's go ahead. I want to go over the short interest data first. So you're looking at 38 million short interest on the settlement of the 28th of May, right? The publication day was about 10 days ago. If we go to the 28th here, right, the price was about $6.24, right? Now the price is like $7.62. Now what is the short interest right now? You're looking at 49 million shares, okay? Now I think this is absolute insanity. I mean, the audacity to increase your average, you just keep averaging up as a short after you're already down 70%, okay? It's not quite AMC level, but you obviously do objectively have a way higher short interest of the free flow. Okay, now am I saying for you to go sell AMC? No, I'm just telling you that no one cares about this because of lack. I don't know. Okay, pick your reason why you don't think no one knows about this. But basically, the short interest of Bionano is I mean, it's like in the it's very high. Okay, it's in the top 5%, top 10% percentile, maybe even higher than that, right? Cost bar average is there. The borrowed shares is millions every single day. You're increasing every single day almost, yet the price is, I mean, it doesn't matter what the price does, right? The price goes up 20%, 5% goes down 5%. It's almost always increasing, okay? What does this tell you? It tells you a couple things. And also the date that they actually added on, that tells you a couple things that are key to understanding why the squeeze potential is there. They're already in the deep red. They're already in the deep red and about to get the margin calls. They're already on their way. That's as simple as it gets. Now, what could this do for the stop price, right? Is this actually a squeeze that's going to do anything, right? Well, I don't know why I joined the Discord, opened the Discord there. If we look right here, basically 49 million shares is enough to freaking send the price. I mean, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars here, okay? $2 billion market cap, 50 million, 17% of the shares outstanding, basically, right? The shares outstanding is 278 million, 276 million is the float, basically the same thing. You're looking at a huge amount of the float has been sold short, not yet covered. Let's say they decided to cover and buy back those shares. All right, you're looking at a parabolic move. Okay, that's as simple as it gets. You're looking at a gamma squeeze as well. Maybe, okay, given that not so much as the chance that we had earlier this last week because we don't really have super short dated call options, but we still do. This is 1 month out, right? This is less than 1 month out, really. Open interest on the call side is way higher than the put side. So what does this mean? More people are buying out the money calls with the strike prices out the money $8, $9, $10. There's no one buying puts. There's no put buying. Okay, no one is betting on the stock going lower, and that's one of the key things you actually need for a gamma squeeze to actually happen. If AMC, GME, or these other stocks that have high short interests, if they started to squeeze, those same hedges and toots and dart pool whales and whoever is trading them, the market makers, right? They are going to get screwed and get that margin call. They're going to have to sell a lot of stuff, not just AMC and GME. They're going to have to sell multiple of their short positions. They're going to have to buy them back and close the position. Maybe if we see one of them or a couple of them start to squeeze, we started seeing a domino effect and seeing a lot of the short interest, the heavily shorted stocks start to actually get some benefits and start squeezing. That is definitely a possibility. And I think Bionano, I mean, you've seen the short interest data. Okay, it's there. I mean, we're talking about 50 million. We're talking about almost 20% of the free float being sold short, not yet covered right now, according to Ortiz. And of course, the data could be wrong. Of course, the markets can correct tomorrow, right? Chris saying crashes the market, right? People have been freaking out about Chris saying crash the markets or whatever. I haven't seen that video, but if the markets go down, we're kind of screwed. But if they don't, the shorts are screwed, right? And I know it's like, well, Brandon, wow, good prediction. If the markets go up, we're going to go up. If they don't, we're going to go down. Wow. Well, I think it's more like this, okay? unless the markets bail out the hedges and the shorts here, they're going to lose a lot of money. Okay, they're absolutely screwed. Okay, let's say the markets just chill out for the next few weeks, just go neutral, just don't really do anything, right? I still think there's a higher chance of the shorts getting screwed in that scenario than us getting screwed. Absolutely. And of course, us getting screwed, we can't really get screwed because, I mean, worst case scenario just goes down, we just buy more, and, we just, as similar to this situation, right? The shorts make fun of us for adding on the dip, then 5 weeks later, they're in the red 50% or 100% actually. Anyways, with that being said, that's kind of what I'll leave you with the short interest data, and to extrapolate in one last concise concluding point, right? So basically, because of the short interest increasing so much, and because of the dates and price action, basically a short squeeze and gamma squeeze. If we go up, I think they're likely, to be honest with you. I don't want to give you all false hope or hype everybody up too much, but I do think there's a high chance of that if we break $8 and $9. I think there's a very high chance of that. And more so understand the chances and the possibility of us squeezing to over $10 in the short term if the bull case effectuates. There is a bear case and there is a base case, so know them all, know the risk. Now, from the technical standpoint, right, there is a bit of a descending wedge. There's kind of conflicting chart patterns here for the price action, but it doesn't really matter, okay? Whether you draw the line right here or there, okay, you're in a descending wedge, which is actually a bullish price chart pattern here if the prior move is higher. And the price chart is going to be above $9, right? If you break out here, we already kind of had broke out with this one, but it doesn't really matter, okay? You're in a bullish chart pattern once we break out to the upside. As long as we don't break down below $7, right? We're going to be looking good. And I don't think we are going to break down below $7 for a couple reasons, right? Number one, the ascending level of support here, right? This has a per validation going back as far as the May 6th touch point there. And if you just zoom in here, right, you're looking at so many clean validations, right? And one price action movement that we could be seeing here is something like this, right? Something like this. You go down, okay, then you get rejected. At some point you're going to get that huge bounce, and probably more likely on the first touch point here. And another scenario is that we get a support line if we see any carnage, right? The 21 SMA, otherwise known as that middle Bollinger Band, right? And these are time-sensitive levels, but the middle Bollinger Band on the daily and the ascending level that we already have drawn up, I don't see us breaking both of those. I mean, I don't see us breaking one of those, honestly, unless the markets force it, right? Unless the markets are just determined to screw over high growth, which could certainly happen. Is it very likely? It's up for you to decide. I don't. We'll see what happens this week. We're going to be streaming it, whether it's Carnage or Beauty. We're going to be going through it together, right, on the streams. That's guaranteed. But those are some levels to watch. And if we look at the stochastic from the daily, you're about to get the bullish crossover. If you look at the weekly, you're in insanely bullish territory on the weekly, right? On the RSI on the weekly, okay, with relative strength index, you're looking at basically neutral, 56. Got room to go up, room to go down. On the daily, you're looking at 57, right? So you're pretty close there to neutral. Not anything to say there, really. Supertrend and SAR on the daily, however, you have been getting supported by these. As long as you're in daily, as long as you're in green territory, bullish territory in the Supertrend and the SAR on the daily and the 4 hourly, you're looking great. Okay, I mean, you're likely to go up when that happens, and obviously we've seen that. We've seen that since we got the bullish flip, right? We've seen us just go up straight up. And if you look at the 4 hourly SAR and Supertrend, you're actually getting conflicting indicators, right? One is red, one is green, but you've been supported by the SAR and the 4 hourly. What you're seeing is the price action wanting to actually break the support. And we're going to see if it does. Obviously, it's been testing it the last few days. It certainly could break it and then just test this and then just come right back, just roaring back and then turn to green again. That could happen. Or we could continue to hold this. And we've had the SAR flip for a long time. Typically, when you have it for a long time like this, it's about time to get a flip, right? We haven't had one as long as this since the great uptrend, since the good old days. But those indicators, we are getting supported off those, so you may want to pull those up. That's a potential entry point, right? Maybe, okay, if you're bullish short term, that is. If you look at the moving averages, you're in bullish territory. Okay, the 200-day exponential moving average is below the 15 and the 55-day SMAs, and those are the two most important golden crosses in my book. So you're looking fine. Okay, you're in bullish territory. And another thing that you need to understand is that we are in bullish territory 100% midterm and short term, really. Okay, you can't really make an argument that we're in bearish territory. Even if you go to the 4 hourly, you're getting conflicting indicators. It's like one's bullish, one's bearish. 21 SMA though. This was the downtrend indicator or uptrend, downtrend indicator, trend gauging and direction sentiment, right? When you broke below this and turned as resistance, that was your downtrend. That was your sell signal, right? Since you broke out and confirmed the breakout, that's your buy signal. Right about in here, that's your buy signal. And we are in uptrend territory. Okay, until we break below this, I'm still going to think we're in uptrend territory. That's as simple as it gets. That's what I'll leave you for the price action. That's pretty much all. I mean, we can look at 1,000 indicators, but those are the most important ones, I would say. So right now, I want to look at my portfolio and my account. Okay, now I hate when YouTubers tell me they're so bullish on a stock and they don't show me the proof, right? Yeah, how do you know they're telling the truth, right? How do you know they actually have their money invested in a stock that they're so bullish on, right? How do you know they're not just getting paid off? You don't. And the fact is, unless you show their portfolio, unless they show the portfolio, you don't know. So that is why, since the channel started, I started the channel in partly because of that, because no YouTubers do it, because they just suck, okay? I show you my entire portfolio almost every video. I try, sometimes I forget. I show it every stream at least. And here it is, right? I've got there's the share amount for Bionano. There's the whole portfolio history since October 28th. That's as simple as it gets. So I want to be transparent and honest. I don't do this to brag. I do this to kind of spite the bears a little bit, right? Because I just, the long-term bears are claiming that they're making so much money shorting BNGO. Okay, no, they're just not. Okay, come on, you can't be a bear and short it and be a long-term bear and make money on a stock that's going up as much as Bionano has. Anyways, with that being said, this is not financial advice. I recommend you look. This is a click plug. Feel free to click off, but must know BNGO information playlist. I recommend you go look at that for the fundamentals of Bionano and why, and the reasoning and justification and epistemology of mine as to why this is such a fundamentally undervalued stock and why we're above $10 fundamental value easily, okay, if not way higher than that. And with that being said, thank you so much. This is not financial advice. I will see y'all in the next one.